Hey Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. When I leaned into your energy, I suddenly remembered 11 fucking things that I needed to do that were work related. I instantly got shit done. It was easy. It was very matter of fact. It was very like, oh, okay, this is what we have to do. So this is what we're doing. And I feel like in some sort of way, that's what Aquarius season is going to start feeling like for you. It's going to help you wrap up all these loose ends because you are being ushered into a new era. On February 13th, when Saturn goes into Aries, baby, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, and you about to be feeling real, real good. It's a lot though, and I just feel like not in a heavy way. It's just like very easy for you to, it's like I have energy for everything. Everything I do feels easy. Go grab your stuff. We got lots of good shit to talk about. Come on. What's up, Capricorn? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aquarius season 2026. So like I said, when I leaned into your energy, it was boom, bam, bop, like got shit done. And it felt really good and it felt very effortless. And that's what I want to point out. I feel like this sensation of like trudging through the sludge and trudging uphill through mud, and your boots are caked and you're just carrying an extra 5 pounds on each boot because you're just collecting all this mud. That shit is done. Saturn going through Pisces, I know it's been intense for you guys, but you're moving into the sign of the child. You're moving from Pisces energy, which is the most complex sign. It's the most complex season because Pisces encompasses all of the signs at once. Pisces is a culmination of every single sign in the zodiac. And so you guys have been getting the fucking full spectrum of emotions, the full life experience, we'll be saying, for the last like 2-3 years, and it's been heavy, but you're coming out with a lot of information. You're coming out so much more masterful with your mind, so much more masterful with your words, coming out very like balanced in your systemic nature. I feel like you're gonna be in Aquarius season very cerebral, very procedure oriented, very protocol oriented, maybe even a little militant. Civilized and cool, but militant, maybe a bit removed. I feel like really professional and rational and ambitious and authoritative. For some of you, there is some sort of a new authority, new chain of command in your life. I feel like some of you are getting promoted or are experiencing rewards or success or recognition in some sort of way. That's going to be coming in. You're getting more masterful with your words, getting more masterful with language, or there's someone around you like that. Maybe somebody with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Leo placements that is playing a big role into you. I feel like some of you are about to experience greatness. The loose ends you tie up in Aquarius season 2026 is really going to set you up for years of success, years of structure going forward. And so I feel like you're becoming an expert or are an expert. People are coming to you for your wisdom, for your advice. There also could be some like father stuff coming up, father wounds that are being healed. Some of you are becoming parents. Some of you are becoming more of like a manager or a patriarchal, parental kind of figure. I'm showing you a little bit of the bottom of the deck because I fucking love you, and I can. And normally the bottom of the deck is reserved for Patreon, where we dive into all of these cards, which I like to call the Patreon plunge, or is the extended reading, as Tarot Land likes to call it. But hydrate, light it if you need it. I'm ready to clear out any funky ass energy. Welcome in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, Holy Spirit, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aquarius season 2026, baby. I also feel like some of you are getting more masterful as far as like language and expression, and maybe you realize you have more poetry in you than you thought, more prose in you. Maybe you have a book in you, a podcast, a blog, something. I just feel like Aquarius season is going to really, really help you get out of your feelings and to properly and healthily apply logic and intellect so you can navigate your path ahead. You know, I feel like you need to be able to take any situation and look at it with a certain amount of impartiality and then come to a decision that's fair and insightful. I feel like this is in your personal life and in your professional life. I feel like also you may need to get a professional to do that. Some of you, it's like, you need somebody to do your taxes. You need somebody to appraise the house. You need somebody to come do the plumbing. You know, like some of you, like you can't, some of you are in a situation where you can't YouTube DIY your way out of this. So just go ahead. Here's your sign to call the pro. I also feel like some of you are about to be or already are professionally on top of your game. You may be an expert in your field and have done a lot of intense study in some sort of way. So some of you are about to start teaching, guiding, helping, mentoring in some sort of way. I feel like also some of y'all are getting way more classier. You're enjoying the fancier, nicer things in life. Some of you are really applying your knowledge to practical experiences with class and ease. You know, the King of Swords brings order and discipline to everything that they do. And I feel like you are being asked to do the same. So I'm already really excited. I don't know. Please see, 10 of Pentacles, period. First card out. There's a whole new cycle in regards to your self-worth. A whole new cycle just set up in time for you. Saturn going into Aries is Saturn starting a whole new cycle. A whole new chapter. It's giving end of an era, Capricorn. We've been talking about this for a fucking long time. We've been talking about this for a fucking long time, babe. I know. And it's coming. And you know what? That's Saturn in Pisces. You had to cultivate faith. You had to cultivate belief. And the results, the fruit of your labor is getting ready to show up. This is a whole new cycle in time. This is a whole new era for you. This is a whole new cycle in your self-worth, a whole new cycle with how you experience your physical body, a whole new cycle in money, a whole new cycle in family, a whole new cycle in closeness, a whole new cycle in luck, in a prosperity, in abundance, positive abundance that's coming in. And I feel like, yes, there's something about less effort, ending the war, feeling very grounded, doing what needs to be done in order to get really grounded in Aquarius season. I feel like putting down the fight when it comes to that money situation or that power struggle, putting down the fight when it comes to that person with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements. I feel like a lot of you are breaking out of prison, breaking out of like a mental prison, breaking out of a prison in your body. Some of you are finally losing weight. Some of you are finally getting in shape. Some of you are finally being consistent in your workout. Again, some of you are breaking out of that internal combative war, like an internal clash, an internal fight that you've been having with yourself. Some of you, it's ending the fight with that Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius person, or ending the fight in your head about that fire sign. I feel like this is a season where you're going to start really stepping into gratitude. I don't know why, but I wanted to say this is a day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I don't know. That's how that feels. Where I just feel like some of you, there is a rejuvenation. There is a rededication. There is a optimism, a hope, and a faith that is not coming from you, that I feel like you are now having access to. It's like growing within you. It's something that I don't feel like you started this. And I just feel like life is about to feel more effortless. It's you know, it's interesting because Mars is exalted in Capricorn, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is getting ready to go into Aries, which is ruled by Mars. And so there's just this connectivity that I feel like you're about to see, all the dots starting to connect, you really starting to tap into your originality, starting to trust who you are, starting to trust in your authority, starting to operate in a certain level of authority, starting to be very, very confident because you realize you know now how competent you are. And I feel like some of you are about to do something dope with that competence. This could be a new venture, a new business idea. I just feel like feeling very passionate, feeling really spirited, feeling really led by your spirit, being somebody who accesses their spirit and their logic before they make a decision, accessing the masculine and the feminine within you before you make a decision, merging the masculine and the feminine within you, merging the spirit and the logic, understanding that they are counterparts. And you are getting unstuck. But hey, Saturn and Pisces had a fuck ton to teach you about getting unstuck. Both of the Pisces cards out. Ooh. I just feel like you're entering a whole new reality, and that old pain that was resurfacing, it needed to, because you needed to see how stuck you were. I feel like in Aquarius season, that aha moment, that rush of blood to the head, that knowing, that insight, the breaking of the illusion, the breaking out of pessimism, the breaking of the depression, the breaking of the anxiety, the management of it all, the ability to really tap into this very feral aspect of yourself, not just the analytical side of yourself. I feel like some of you are finally fucking around and letting your wolf rule versus your domesticated dog. I feel like that's going to lead you through this huge threshold. I'm very excited to clarify these cards over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. The links are in the description box below. Also, check out that Aquarius season astrology video that has all the important astrological transit dates and all the shit. So come join my ethical cult over on Patreon. We're going to clarify these cards. There's all kinds of astrological content. There's a tier for daily readings as well. So like I said, links in the description box below. Check that out. 2 major arcana and 2 court cards out. So I feel like some of you, your circle is small. You're maintaining a small circle. You are being more selective around about the company you keep. You're being more selective around who you. You're being more selective about who you allow around you or who you want around you. I feel like you're feeling a lot better, and so you want to hang out with the people who make you feel free. You want to hang out with the people who are capable of discussing and processing all of this stuff with you. I feel like you guys are really processing a lot of what has happened since Saturn has been in Pisces, and because he's getting ready to go into Aries. So of course, all of the Saturn and Pisces lessons start to integrate, start to really be processed when Saturn is in Aries. And so I feel like Aquarius season still has some really big, heavy hitting aha moments that are coming in. And it feels like there's a lot of clarity, a lot of success, a lot of like you being able to cut straight to the point and get to the heart of the matter for maximum efficiency and impact. You know, like you're able to like assess when you're being sharp. I feel like you're at a great level of sharpness and being a realist, but also being kind and graceful to yourself. You know, some of you, it would really be beneficial, or it'd be worth it to seek the help of an expert. That could be, you know, a spiritual expert, that could be a therapist, that could be, you know, whatever it is you're trying to do when you grow up. Whatever it is, I just feel like don't shy away from asking for help. I feel like you're in power. You have the courage, you have the intellect to accomplish everything that you desire. You are not stuck anymore. I'm letting you know now. So, which also means you're about to not have any excuses, baby. That's what that really is as well. And so I feel like the ways that you've been stuck, the ways that you've been slowed down, the pauses that you've had to put on things, you're starting to understand why. And I feel like you're going to be receiving the tools, the information, the data, the order of operations that you need, so you can be really efficient with all this new energy that you have, and you can start to be really efficient with the money that you have. You can start to be way more efficient with the freedom that you have. And I feel like you can start to be way more efficient with your capacity to fantasize as well, to dream, to visualize, to want, to desire, to crave. I feel like you're becoming more alive with Saturn going into Aries. You're going to start being way more Aries-like. And Aries are the baby. They're the kids of the zodiac. They're the children, you know, we be out here living, you know, living life to the fullest. And I feel like you are in the position to do so. And you need to let yourself have that. You need to not be so fucking serious. And I feel like you need to also extend yourself some time. Plan out more quiet time. Plan out more. You need to have a spiritual practice. Even if your spiritual practice is just silence, 3 to 5 minutes of silence a day. Maybe it's 10 to 20 minutes of silence a day. Wherever you're at in your journey, hey, it's time to do it. And I feel like time to get really clear or consistent around your spiritual practice and around mental health practices. You are not stuck. And there's so much information that wants to come in. I feel like your spiritual practices are about to fucking take off. Your spiritual gifts are about to really, really bloom and blossom in a very beautiful way. I feel like also there's a lot of healing energy when you address the mother, whatever that means for you. Whatever, if that's your mother, a adoptive mother, a bio mom, like a symbolic kind of mother figure, you being a parent, how you were parented, whatever it is, there's something there around the mother. And so I just feel like there's a freedom there there's a freedom there that's on the other side of some evaluation. I feel like Aquarius season is going to do wonders for you if you really start to study the subconscious mind. Why do you do what you do when you know what you know? You need to be studying more like Carl Jung, more psychology, more like self-help, dive into self-awareness. Your ruling planet has moved into, or is moving on February 13th into the sign of I am. You need to be rock fucking solid in knowing who you are and what you're ready to do about it. You need to be rock fucking solid on when it comes to integrity and respect and what you stand for and what you don't tolerate and what your boundaries are and what needs to be protected, what is precious to you, who requires your protection, how you show up in that protection, what that protection looks like. Y'all, I think y'all would benefit from studying Pisces energy and studying Aries energy, because in my opinion, that's the most important cusp in the zodiac, because Pisces is the end and Aries is the beginning. And the beginning is a response to the end. Aries is a response to Pisces. Pisces is the spirit world and Aries is the spirit world wrapped in skin. Pisces is I believe and Aries is I am. And I just feel like you're really starting to understand that you don't know the fullness of who you are until you know what you believe in. And this is the season that's really helping you figure that out. I'm excited to clarify these cards. I hope to see you over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. The links are in the description box below again. Oh, also, some of you are investing in or starting a new relationship with someone with with Taurus, Libra. So, ooh, what the fuck? Okay. Some of you are starting a new cycle with or a new chapter with somebody with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. I feel like it's time to get very, very masterful with money and time management. I feel like it's also time to it's time for a raise, or it's time for you to start updating your resume, or it's time to start establishing really clear boundaries with that Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placement person, especially if there are children involved. Some of you may have to start putting your foot down, like I'm done with this fight, or I'm letting you know some sort of fight that you've had or some kind of obstacle or problem is about to get resolved in some sort of a way. I feel like that person with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements, they're done fighting. They're done putting in the effort. Some of them have moved on and are doing their own thing. I feel like just make sure you learn what you need to learn from that fire sign. You need to learn that it is safe, it is healthy, it is logical for you to put your oxygen mask on first, for you to take care of yourself. Being self-oriented is safe. Being self-oriented is smart. Being self-oriented is not selfish. So I feel like y'all are shedding a last little couple pieces of skin when it comes to that Captain Save-A-Ho shit that y'all do. You know, and I just feel like you're getting out of Captain Save-A-Ho mode and you're finally realizing like you are a hoe that needs saving. You know what I mean? I love you. But like you're starting to save yourself. You're salvaging yourself. Some of you are getting to the next level. Some of you have been doing damn fine, doing wonderful. and you're finally like taking things to that next level. You're feeling really good. You're just feeling better. I feel like some of you, there is somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements that has a lot to teach you, that is going to help you get more masterful in spontaneity, get more masterful in understanding who you are, where your heart lies, how to be heart oriented, how to make heart-based, faith-based, spirit-based decisions so you can stop getting stuck. Some of you, you need to hang around your fire sign friends for the rest of the fucking year. You need to get your Saturn and Aries fire sign training wheels on by hanging out with your Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius friends. Okay. Some of you, there is a Pisces in your life and you're going to have to turn your back. You're going to have to like either be done, or you're going to have to set a boundary, or you're going to have to let them stay stuck. Like this person in some sort of way has made their bed, or they're comfortable where they're at, or this isn't about vindication. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about getting anything back. This is just about removing yourself from stuck situations, removing yourself from people who like aren't tapping into their own capabilities to get themselves up out of the mud. I feel like some of you have something very important to teach a Pisces, and it's by saying no. The lesson comes by saying no, by not saving them, by not going into Captain Save-A-Ho mode or stopping the Captain Save-A-Ho shit. Some of you, that Pisces is going to be very upset. That Pisces is going to throw a fucking temper tantrum, or slather you with guilt, or, you know, like woe is me shit. And so I feel like you're going to have to really approach this very authentically, not nicely. It's time to tap into authenticity. And old pain is going to resurface so you can transmute pain into power. I feel like your dreams are really ramping up. Your spiritual gifts, your intuition is popping. And you need to start listening to it, because I've been saying it for years. Capricorns are the most slept on intuitives of the zodiac. Y'all be fucking knowing. And because you're having a whole new relationship being revealed to you with your body and your self-worth, you're going to start listening to your intuition in a different way. And you're going to start to avoid stuckness, and you're going to start to tap into your gifts, and you're going to start to be moving like very flowy through life, because of the lessons that you learn from Saturn and Pisces, but because you understand that you are a spirit having a human experience, and your spirit is meant to be in the driver's seat. I love you. Let's get into it. I hope to see you over on Patreon. Come on. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.